What's up, everybody? Money Moicano Podcast, and today we have a special guest, a guy that I have been following the career. I have been a fan a long time ago in Brazil. I remember when he just came up on the scene as a jiu-jitsu player, and then he made the transition to an MMA fighter, and a huge career, huge moment, fighting UFC 299 against Jack Della Maddalena, a fight that I want to know his opinion about the fight. But how are you doing, my brother?
Doing great, brother. Ready to go. Fight week finally. Looking forward so much for this fight. It's a tough fight. This guy is very tough. He's 6-0 in the UFC, 1602 his whole career. Boxer, physically very strong. And that was the guy, they called me, they offered these guys, I said, let's go. So, yeah, tough dude, but I'm looking forward for this fight.
Yeah, I'm man, that's nice because let's jump right into it because I want to ask you that question because for me doesn't make any sense the fight.
Yeah.
Like as a fan, you number 4, right?
Yes.
Correct. And he's number 11, 12,
Yeah.
something like that. So it's a huge jump for him. And I think he's tough, but I don't think he's on your level. And if I thought that you would lose, but I think you're the best underdog of the card because I watch his fights and he got taken down by a guy that has no experience in UFC. Imagine what you're going to do with him. Of course, he's tough. Everybody's tough. But I want to ask you why the UFC made that fight in the first place.
That's your show, but I don't know. I guess two things. I guess they were trying to get this guy a fight, and my I think everybody was turning this fight down, because these guys came from a couple of knockout submission, dominating guys. And whenever he got ranked, because before he get ranked, everybody said, "Oh, this guy's not ranked. This guy's not ranked." But now that he's ranked, I thought, I think I got like a lot of guys said no, and they have to give these guys an opportunity to face a guy on the top of the ranks. And I'm not gonna be the guy that gonna hold on to that position, and I don't care, So my thing is, I lost a fight. My last fight I lost. I need to get back in the win column, And then if they want me to fight this guy, let's do it. I'll fight this guy. I don't care for sure. I'd rather get a top 5, but then in the top 5 is kind of like Kamaru's. I don't know if he's gonna middleweight or if he's gonna stay welterweight. And then Shavkat just got a win. I think he's too injured. That's why he didn't accept the fight at UFC 300. Belal is fighting for the title, and that's it, right? And then we go after that. A lot of guys had a fight coming up. It was Joffrey New and Ian Gary, Vicente Luque against Sean Brady. That was the matchup. And a lot of guys had a fight coming up, So I say, you know what? I don't care. I'll take this guy. I don't mind.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just timing, right? It's the
Yeah.
timing, and the other opponents, ranked opponents, have fights, like you say. But you doesn't seem like a guy that really choose fights, right? Chimaev, Usman, you willing to fight everybody on the division, right?
Yeah, for sure. They know. I think they had a problem, to get this guy a fight. I think they were having trouble. Everybody was saying no.
Do
And
you think? Do you think they think that about Brazilians? Because to me, it looks
I
like
think so.
Brazilians, they willing to fight everybody. They want money.
Yeah.
They trying to get a fight, and usually I think they call Brazilians to see if they can
I
fill
agree.
up for a spot, right?
Brazilians and Russians. I think these guys, we all fighters. We crazy culture. We come from like a tough beginning. For sure. I think I'm that guy on my division. They kind of like, man, no one wants to fight this guy. Freak, let's call Gilbert, and then they
Yeah.
get it done.
Yeah, and let me ask you something. Like on UFC 299, we're going to have Sean O'Malley and Marlon Vera, and I think it is kind of similar the situation because I didn't think Marlon Vera really deserved to fight for the title right now, and because he beats Pedro Munhoz, but was not a impressive performance, and I think Sean O'Malley choosing him because the style or something like that. And you say that we this week you told to the media about Belal Muhammad that you don't think he deserves to fight for the belt. Do you think it's the same thing over here? Like they trying to have more. How do I say that they looking for the entertainment, not to the rankings? What do you think about this fight?
I think Sean O'Malley he said, you know what, let me fight this guy back, because then the other option was Mirab. I think Mirab is gonna be a tougher fight. He said, this guy beat me. He's a little beef. He's a little story. Let me beat this guy. I think he asked for it, and UFC gave to him. And to be honest, I'll be honest with you, Moicano, you're my guy. I think Belal Muhammad deserves to fight for the title, for the numbers. He
Yes.
deserves. The guy has crazy winning streak, 10 fights. I don't know. I think he deserves. To be honest, I just have something that I'm like, the guy beat me, I got hurt,
Of
and then
course.
he was talking so much, but I didn't. I shouldn't say the way I did. I apologize. I think he does deserve the title shot, even though I don't like the guy very much. But
Why is
he,
that? Why is that?
because I lost to the guy, I was injured, and the guy was kind of like, "Oh, I beat Gilbert Burns this
Okay.
way." In short
Was because
notice.
the injury? Because you have fights with Chimaev and you don't hate the guy. Actually, you say like
No,
that
I
he's
like
very
all.
good.
I don't like it. I don't hate anyone. I just don't like him very much because he was saying too much. But I wish the guy the best. I do believe he deserves the title shot. I don't know if the UFC going to give or not, because Dana just said, "Oh, we asked Leonella's 3 different opponents, and the guy is supposed to be the number one contender. They're waiting. They don't give to the guy." But my opinion, I want him to fight for the title. I think he deserves like a lot of hard work. He beat me. He beat Luke. He beat a couple good contenders. I think he deserves. I don't like again. He's not my favorite guy to watch, but he at the end of the day he's still getting the win. He does a good job.
I believe I agree with you 100%. Like you cannot say he doesn't deserve because he beats
He
everybody.
deserves.
And like you got injury on the fight, but it still is a win, right?
Still,
This
yeah,
still is a win.
it's not his fault that I got hurt. He won. It is what it is. So I took that. It took a little time for me, but to swallow that, but I did. He won. He fair square.
Brother, but that's so amazing that you're talking about that. That showed your mindset, right? That showed the evolution, because sometimes it hurts say stuff like that, right? Because you lost to the guy, but you're willing to see how it is and tell you. So I appreciate that. And there is a couple questions that I want to ask you about UFC 299, because I know you like to watch fights, and
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen on Jailton Almeida and in
Curtis Blade.
Curtis Blades, and especially because you are a BJJ specialist, you have been training in America for so long wrestling, and that's an intriguing matchup, because even though Jailton Almeida is a good grappler, good jiu-jitsu, good takedowns, he never faced a wrestler that
Yeah.
is accomplished as Curtis Blades. Like he was a state champ, and he's bigger, little bit taller, so
Yeah.
that's not gonna be an easy fight for Jailton Malhadinho. What do you think about the fight?
I think it's a tough fight too. I think Malhadinho can win. Jailton Almeida, he can win the fight, but he need to grapple more than wrestle. I think he gotta make a shot like any double leg, like single leg or a body lock, but he gotta look for the back. He cannot look for a takedown. I think that's gonna be the way to win. I think like Damian Maia. Damian Maia beat a lot of wrestlers because he didn't pure wrestle against the guy. He grapples. If he cannot take down, he pull half guard. He end up on the back. I think that will be the right strategy for Jailton Almeida, and I think he's way quicker. That's why he's a little bit smaller, but he's way quicker. He's very strong, very explosive.
Have you
I
trained with him?
No, not yet, but I know a lot of friends that did training. They like Rodolfo Vieira trained with
Yeah,
him and say he's very, very good.
yeah.
So I think he can win. Just a lot of things that I heard, good things from him. He's so explosive, so fast. He's still very strong. I think he can win, but I think he gotta grapple more against a wrestler.
Yeah, and especially we have to see how is his stand up, right?
Yeah,
Because let's say that he doesn't get the takedowns, the fight is not gonna be easy for him, right?
not at all.
Because so that's why I'm a little bit worried, and I think the odds are showing that to us, right? Not an easy fight for Jailton Almeida. I hope he gets it's done. That is a special fight that you want to see on UFC 299, or you just focus on your fight?
Uh, couple fights. I want to see Dustin Poirier against Benoit Saint-Denis. That French guy is very tough. I want to see Sean O'Malley. I want to see MVP and Kevin Holland. I think MVP is gonna win, but I think it's gonna be a great fight, tough fight. Who else? Peter Yan is back. I like Peter Yan a lot. I'm a big fan. The Brazilian guy, Pereira, Michel Pereira.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna be crazy. Gonna do couple backflips in there. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, a couple good fights. Pedro Munoz. He's a nice card. 14 fights, if I'm not wrong. He's a nice card.
Yeah, I made a video today about the card, one of the best cards so far, and I'm really interested on your opinion, on your insight in MVP fighting Kevin Holland, because they are on your same division. How do you see the fight playing out? Because even though Kevin Holland and MVP, they are pretty close in style. Like, of course, MVP is even better, right? But I don't know. I think Kevin Holland faced the better competition, right?
I don't know. I don't know because MVP for a couple tough guys. He fought
Douglas Lima.
Douglas Lima. He fought Mike Perry and bare knuckle. He fought Logan Storley. He fought a lot
Yeah,
of tough
Logan
guys.
Storley stuff. Yeah.
So the way I see that fight's gonna be our stand-up for sure. These guys, no one gonna shoot for takedown. And I was here in November. I think that was last year when Kevin Holland fought Wonder Boy in Orlando. I think we were there, right? We
Yeah.
weren't there. We were
Yeah.
guest fighter there.
I
So
was there too.
yeah. So man, I think Wonder Boy did everything that he wants. And he finished the fight. He won by TKO. I just think MVP is a better version. He's faster. He hits harder. I think he's entertaining. I think MVP is gonna win. I think he's that good, and he's a faster, younger version of Wonder Boy. And Wonder Boy did what he did against Kevin Holland. I think MVP is gonna do better.
That's a good assessment. I didn't think about that. I think that's pretty good insight. And I'm not gonna take too much of your time. So couple questions, and I wish you luck. Did you see Bitcoin just it's like 64K? Do you own some Bitcoin?
Yeah,
Do you like?
I do have a couple of Bitcoins. My wife is the one that like they keep watching. They see everything. She told me, "Wow, Bitcoin is up right now, so we make a little money." So it's always good.
Nice, my brother. Nice. And man, I wish you luck. I don't want to take again too much of your time. I know you have a busy schedule and a fight week. And I hope you finish the guy, and I think you will do. And just last question. Who do you want to fight next after you beat JDM? Who do you want to fight? Who do you think it is? And when do you think you're going to the fight for the belt one more time, have the opportunity for the belt?
That's the goal. The goal is to go out there and finish this guy, leave no chance. Show levels to this game. Go out there, like and dominate this guy, and we'll see after that. I have a couple names in mind right now, but the freaking division is all over. The top five is kind of like stuck. Like I said, Camaro, Belal is supposed to be fighting for the title. Shavkat is still hurt. We'll see. We'll see. But the goal is first thing first, go out there Saturday and dominate this guy. And let's see how the body feels after that. If I can do a quick turnaround in Rio, I will. If not, I'll give a little bit more time and get to a right fight. But I think I'll be very close to another title shot with the impressive win against JDM this Saturday.
Nice. Since you talk about Rio, do you think Pantoja is going to be the main event for Rio?
So I think it's gonna be Pantoja and the guy that just saw Mokaev.
Mokaev, do you think he deserves what? Yeah, I think it's better than fight.
Because Brandon Royval lost twice already, So give a new blood, And I know Pantoja gonna say yes. I think that's gonna be the next fight. I think.
Nice, my brother. Thank you so much for your time, and see you next time.
See you, my guys. Take it easy.